This is the ICT Billet LS Flywheel holding tool. It is known to the state of California to cause cancer. Here is the billet aluminum flywheel holder and the 2 bolts. This is considered the proper way to prevent your LS engine from turning while you remove, say, a damper and install a different damper. We have installed our LS flywheel turning stopper, and we had to get it fully engaged with the flywheel teeth. Then we used a ratchet and turned the engine just a little bit so that the thing would come down and sit against the surface. Then we tightened the 2 bolts up, and now we're ready to pull the damper. What we're going to do now is take the Chevrolet Harmonic damper that came with this engine and take it off, because you have to put a different one on for the Holley set. And we've got our flywheel locked in place as shown earlier. And what size socket are you using there, Dylan?
24mm.
And Dylan will now demonstrate how to break that loose. It's turning. It's turning. Yeah, when we bought this engine, I never thought that we would be taking off brand new components, but I am a fan of this Holley water pump / accessory mounting system. It is good, and I think it's worth it. Alright, this is the puller that we're going to use. It is a loaner tool from O'Reilly Auto Parts, Evertough 67021, 5-ton puller. And it comes fully assembled. Looks like this. Down in the center of our hole, there is a hard bottom to push against, but I'm very curious as just how far down it is. Okay, so it's that deep. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a depression in the center of a bolt that is going to be, this is what we're going to push against with our puller. This is how we're going to avoid damaging any part of the crank, is we're going to have something for the puller to push against that is not part of the crank. What size bit you got there?
1/4.
Okay, here's our setup. We have a bolt, 2 decently thick washers. This is what we're putting in here that's going to push against the crankshaft. Crankshaft will not be damaged at all because we're just pushing washer against crank. Now I know that it's kind of hard to get all the teeth aligned or whatever. Hopefully this damper just comes right off. We'll see. Is it moving?
I think so.
I honestly can't tell.
I think it is. Yeah, it totally is.
Cool.
Okay, I things just hardened up.
Oh, you hit the end of the puller. Okay, we're putting a bunch of washers on now.
That'll do it.
That's fine. Just don't want this damaged above all, and I don't want that damaged secondarily. What do we have here?
Power Bond Harmonic Balancer.
What we have now is a Power Bond PB1834ST harmonic balancer. This is the, okay, it's not a harmonic balancer, it is a harmonic damper that comes with the Holley accessory kit, the mid-mount engine accessory kit. It moves the position of the serpentine belt outward, away from the engine, but in line with all the other Holley water pump mounted accessories.
Ooh.
It is painted a beautiful flat black. It has clearly been balanced. That's what the drilling of those holes is all about. This is the Holley provided damper. It's not, Holley did not make it, but this is the one that comes in the Holley kit. The first minor, very minor issue that we had was there's a almost like a varnish coating covering the whole thing. I'm sure its purpose is to keep it from rusting, but it was beaded up really solid on the inside here. So we had to get that off just to be able to put this thing on easily. Now with that off, the second problem we noticed is there's a burr in the machining right here. There's a big metal burr, which I'm running my finger back and forth over. It's easy to feel, and it's not okay. I mean, we are not going to put this thing on with a burr like that. It probably would be justified in sending this back to Holley and getting another one, but we don't want to wait. Okay, do you have it off?
I believe so.
I think you're going to have to tilt it to get the part where it's chamfered.
Okay, it's good.
There is a varnish-like coating on the outside of this that I am sure its only purpose was to prevent rusting while the part was, you know, uninstalled. I don't really like the idea of that varnish rubbing against our beautiful new rubber seal on the engine, so we're just removing that. Right now Dylan is lubing up the seal and the crankshaft. Kind of common sense. We're just trying to make everything slide on as easy as it can. We're just using motor oil for the lubricant. Here's the harmonic balancer installer that we're going to use. The EverTough 67 Dolo 6. This is what O'Reilly Auto Parts has as a loaner tool. Here's what the installer kit looks like. First step is to select out of all these different possible threads which one matches the actual balancer bolt.
This one looks just right, and the thread needs to match up. And they do, so this is right.
Okay. In this kit, the black ones are metric, the silver ones are American sizes. It should be just dripping down the sides of that bolt. More. This is us preparing to modify the installer tool that we got from O'Reilly. Fact is, that installer tool is totally the wrong tool for the job. We have confirmed that the threads on this guy, this small center bolt, are 3/8 24 threads. I happen to have a nice tap and die set, so we're going to cut threads all the way down the length of this bolt. Okay, that's good. Nobody tell O'Reilly that we did this, okay? Dylan has run a nut up the length of our new installation bolt. We're calling this our washer stack. Each layer has 2 washers, but these guys are small enough that they can be pushed by this nut. Then we get bigger, bigger, bigger until this size right here is bigger than the hole in the damper. In other words, these are big enough to push the damper on. These are small enough to be pushed by this nut. That's the key. And you can't put this adapter on until this washer stack is on, because these guys will not go over that guy. Okay, we're putting this adapter on the bolt pretty firmly, because once this guy is in, we want him to be the guy that comes back out when we're ready to take this all back apart. Okay, I'm going to hold this new damper as square to the engine as I can. And Dylan is going to bring in our little homemade adapter thingy and run it up till he's got quite a bit of thread inside there. And now he needs to level out all the washers so that they're pushing equally all the way around the damper, and then he needs to run the nut in more if he can. And he needs to keep doing that until he's got the washers all drawn up against the damper. Yeah, you'd kind of like them centered, obviously, but that might be asking a bit much. Basically, we have to do this until that damper's on far enough that we can get the original bolt going. Nothing says slow like the thing where you have to move the wrench a little, flip it over, do a little more, flip it over. What Dylan's doing now is he's threading the original bolt in. This is the bolt that is used. It has been stretched. It is not good for anything except for putting the balancer on and then torquing it to 240 foot-pounds, which is what the instructions say to do. We've got our old bolt on. We're going to use it to put the balancer the rest of the way on. As you saw earlier, we had to use a modified installation tool just to get the thing on far enough that we could grab the threads for the real bolt. You can see the balancer's going on quite well now. We have our damper drawn all the way in, and now we're just doing torquing to 240 foot-pounds, which is what the directions say to do. I had to buy a new torque wrench for this. As a rough rule of thumb, if your weight is equal to the thing you're shooting for, you should be able to do it. There's our 240. Now we just need to take that bolt off. We are preparing our damper bolt. We're putting anti-seize on the end of the bolt, anti-seize under the head. The places where it would seize,
we're putting anti-seize.
Anti-seize.
Okay, there we go.
The final installation. The head on this bolt is 24 millimeters. And that'll do it. That's it?
Yeah.
That was 59 foot-pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The Holley instructions, while well written, ask us to do a fairly user-unfriendly thing, which is to rotate this thing another 125 degrees. So what I'm going to do is make a mark right at midnight on this bolt head. And it's one that you can see even if a socket is on it. This is an innovative way to do it, discovered by Dylan. 0 degrees is marked on this 360 degree thing here. I have set the pointer of this guy to be at 125, and it just so happens that he is pointing right at this. He's pointing right here at this corner of this guy. So when you have spun it that far, you've gone 125 degrees approximately, which is the best we can do. White mark on the top of the bolt head, white mark on our balancer. Dylan will forcefully rotate this guy until the two are both aligned. Pull it off. Yeah, you're there. It's supposed to be 250 foot-pounds. I think that's it right there.